Good evening, friends. It's Rick here from Rock Island on the last day of August. I want to talk about a post that I posted a couple days ago. And it had a lot of controversy with private messages from people, most of the people I don't know, chastising me for being insensitive, which I care less what they think. It's total nonsense. People drinking Kool-Aid once again and paranoid, because that's what the left wing does. And this is in reference to when Biden said he's thinking about shutdowns again because of the new strains of COVID. Now, whether that actually happens or to what extent it happens, who knows? If it's just words or whatever. I do see some states starting to mask up again and mandatory in different places. But one thing I'll say, and I'll stand by it, okay? What does that gain us? Look at what happened last time, okay? Look, insensitive. The last couple of years, I suffered through a stroke and had COVID twice. And in the last couple of years, people that I know, whether it's in the military or friends back home, whatever, over 20 of them have passed. I've mentioned it different times, most of them from cancer, not one from COVID. Tell me I don't know what it is to lose people or see people in sickness. I've had COVID twice. I had it when it first came out. Didn't even know what it was. It was the first early March 2020. My wife had it twice. My mother, when she was 85 a couple of years ago, had it. I've had numerous friends have it. Everybody's been fine, including me. I've had flus much worse. Now, do some people get it bad? Of course they do. Same with the flu. You think it's just COVID? You think it's the flu? It's no joke. People die from the flu every year. I think in 2015 or 14, I forget when it was exactly, there was a big flu epidemic during the Obama administration, killing a lot of people. You don't believe me? Google it. I remember when it happened. I remember living through it and hearing about it. Big epidemic, bad strain, killing a lot of people. Somebody shutting anything down back then. All right? Not insensitive to people getting the COVID. Of course we have to live with caution. This is coming, the cold and flu season is about to come upon us anyways, especially if you have children. Of course you have caution. It doesn't mean you panic and shut everything down. What is that going to do? So you hear if somebody has COVID, a strain coming up. Isn't it funny though that this now just crops up just around the time that we're gearing up for elections and campaigns are starting to go out? Isn't that funny? Like as if it was, we didn't hear anything about it last year, where it just went away. No, it didn't go away. It's always going to be with us. Just like the flu is always with us. If you get the flu shot, you can still get the flu. Your COVID shot, you still can get COVID. The strains come out different all the time with the flu every year. And that'll happen with COVID. What's the panic about? This is not, the government is certain lefties that want you to panic again because it's control. Look, you can say what you want. And you can sit there and use all excuses and hate Donald Trump and this and that. The left is paranoid they're not going to win in 2024. This is a very important election with the rest, probably the most important election in my lifetime. In our lifetime. Because the left wing is very, very progressive. And they don't want anything to do with any extreme progressivists. They're paranoid they're going to lose the election. And they have every reason to be. I don't care who you are, what excuse you want to make. You hate this one, hate that one, hate Trump. This economy, people had things when Trump was in. It was running fine. It's a disaster right now. And a lot of people, and the left can lie, okay? You can hear all these politicians because the economy's fine and all this nonsense. No, it's not. No, it's not. And a lot of people are getting affected. And that's a reality you can't lie through. And that's why the left is very scared they're going to lose, because the proof is in the pudding. They can spew all this stuff and attack this one and that one and that one. But the proof is you're failing. Your leadership is failing. It's well over 2.5 years into this administration, and a lot of people are extremely suffering. Don't think this is not political with this COVID nonsense, because you really have to have your head in the sand. You can spin anything you want, but the reality is out there. They're panicking, okay? Last time, think about this for a second. Last time the COVID hit in 2020, the economy was at it excellent under Mr. Trump. It was excellent. It affected it, right? Of course. But we had a little bit of buffer there because the economy was so well we could absorb. Can you imagine that same type of shutdowns with the way the economy is now? Can you imagine the damage? There's tons of damage done last time. Businesses lost forever. Thousands of businesses, small businesses gone. Look at the malls. Malls were filled before. A lot of malls are just, they're barely open. Establishments shut down from COVID on. People, then you got lazy people that weren't working for almost 2 years, still don't want to work. There was so much financial damage done because of COVID. Can you imagine with this weak economy, the way prices are and everything? Very different than it was when it's 3 years ago. Can you imagine having those type of shutdowns? What that's going to do to this country? Economically. It's going to destroy it. And that's my point. This has nothing to do with not caring about people and all this nonsense. Look, somebody gets really sick. Oh, if you ever actually looked at the records and actually looked at details of how many people actually get sick, very sick with the flu every year and die, you'd be in paranoia. You're just listening to dirty laundry, like Don Henley said in 1983 song. Creating panic. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic. Will I get COVID again? I might. It's out there. I might get the flu. I haven't had the flu in a lot of years, but I might. I've had it before, even with the flu shot, and I've been getting the flu shot every year for like 40 years. I might get it again. You might get it again. I'm not going to live in a panic. I'm going to hide away into a place and live in paranoia. Is that what you want? Somebody gets sick. Oh my God, we gotta quarantine everybody. People get sick every year. People die every year. People are born. People die. You don't know what time is up. I'm not going to live in that type of life. That paranoia, socialistic, Marxist way of life. I don't want to live like that. I know a lot of people don't either. Okay? You don't say, I don't know what it's like not to be sick. I take care of myself. I'm a healthy guy for my age because I want to be. And I still had a stroke and had COVID twice. And might get it again. No matter what I do, no matter what healthy things I drink, it's life. I'm not going to hide. That's not going to do anybody any good. All right? So that's my point. No, I'm not insensitive to people getting sick. People get sick every year. I've seen it firsthand. Okay? Some of my dad died of cancer and whittle away. I've seen those things. I'm not going to live in paranoia and fear. That is not the answer. It's not the answer for a country. It's not the answer economically. This is political if it goes down that way. I don't know if it's just words and never really happened. He's talking about it. But if it does, it's political. Mail-in ballots, again, all this nonsense. That's what it's about. You can think what you want, and you can sit there and spin it all you want, but the reality is reality. This comes out mentioned just around when everybody's starting a campaign. Boy, what a coincidence. What a coincidence that is, huh? Just by chance. Yeah, right. It's Rick. God bless. Have a great, great night.